Hey, what's up? It's Evan with Appalachian Adventures here. We've got the Hooke Road inner fender liners for the front of the Jeep Gladiator here. So I'm going to show you how to install these. This is what the passenger side looked like before. And here's the driver's side. It's a tour. All right, you got the driver and passenger side, 3 pieces each, and then the little gray thing. Here's all the hardware. You're gonna need, right now, 10mm, a couple hex Allen wrenches, a couple different size Allen head bolts there, some washers, super tiny nuts, a couple little brackets and everything. So right here you want to put the gray pieces on there behind the lettering. It's 8 little tiny bolts and nuts per side, and that'll put the gray color behind the lettering. I think that's how the driver's side's gonna look, with those bent that way. And the passenger side, that was put together right there, the way that's gonna look. Alright guys, with this whole entire fender liner out, because it goes all the way down in here, with this whole entire piece out, it looks like garbage up under the top of your fender. So I still wanted it to kind of look decent and black. So I cut the fender liner. And I'll show you on the other side when we install that. All right, we've got 3 10mm bolts to take out here. And then after that, we've got these little clips. I couldn't find my clip trim removal tool thing, so I'm just using some wire cutters. But you just gotta be careful not to squeeze too hard and cut it. Some of these did break on me, which is fine. You don't reuse every single one of them, but you don't want to break more than a couple on each side. Then we just pull out the fender liner here. There's a couple more of those little clips right here on this part of the frame. You got to take this little black plastic piece out. On the other side, I found it easier to go ahead and put these brackets in before you put the fender liner in. And the instructions actually say to use factory bolts here, but there is no factory bolts to use. However, they did give you enough long Allen head bolt black screws and nuts to go ahead and use that hardware that came with this. And it worked out just fine. You just had to put the nut up in there and then the bolt going through the bottom. Right here on this bracket, it's really hard to get the nut around the back. I used one of these box wrench style 10mm to hold the nut back there, and then kind of move it up in there and hold it still so we could get the bolt started. And these are the silver bolts and washers for this bracket. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the fender liner up in there, kind of get it positioned up in there so we can get these brackets screwed in. On the bottom of the brackets there, it has its own built-in nut basically in the bracket, so you don't need any nuts to hold on the back of it. Right here, there's one of these clips for turn signals or something. I'm not really sure what it's for, but you pretty much have to pull that clip out holding this wiring connector and just kind of move it out of the way. Now for this, it looks like it's best to have that bracket situated this angle. All right, guys, we got it up in there. Extremely loose, extremely loose. Now this hole right down there has to bolt in with that on your Jeep. There's one on the bottom and then one up there. It's got to go up there. There's a pain in the butt on the other side. I'm assuming it's going to be on this side too, but we will see. All right, guys, up under the top of the fender. Looks kind of stupid to me with all that open up under there. So that's why I wanted to put the factory one back to cover this top part up, and then just cut it to where you can see that. All right, here you just want to put the fender liner back in to where it's possibly going to be, and kind of see where you want to try to cut it. It took me a couple different tries on the other side, but it's not hard. Right, I think the passenger side took me longer because I may have had these three too tight. So on this one you saw me, I had these bolts, it's not focusing very good. I had those bolts just barely in to where it was just barely hanging on. And then I got this one in down here, wherever it's at. It's actually behind this now. But I got that bolt in with this extremely loose up here. So maybe that was why on the other side that stuff was a little bit tighter, and I was trying to push that side in down there, and it was a major pain in the butt. But here you go. This is obviously dirty, but that looks way better with the factory one on the top part underneath the fender there. Without nothing under there, to me it looked really bad. So I've got that up under there. I could probably cut a little bit more off, you know, but to me that looks good. So there you go, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. Go check out Hooke Road. They got all kinds of stuff. That's where my bed rack is from too. You see my back there that my tent is on. And then I got these fender liners. They look pretty sweet. You can actually paint that gray part whatever color you want if you wanted to, and then put that on the back and bolt it in. But I just left it like that. Go check them out. They're gearing up for Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales. So check out Hooke Road. We'll see y'all next time.